orange? I said that, but I'm like, have I actually blended? No, probably not.
It doesn't, like, obviously you make orange juice by blending it, and
don't you normally do the little...
You can squeeze it, yes.
Yeah. I love how I just instantly went to I've blended up, but have I actually
peel an orange and blend it? What does that do?
Would I have done that? I've blended up. What fruits have you blended? I'm now in an
like bananas,
crisis. You know what?
Do blueberries count? Do berries count?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's no. This is
strawberries.
Where people are like, you know, apparently a banana's a herb.
No, we're not doing that.
We're not doing that.
That's not a... No.
Allegedly.
That's not a thing.
I don't buy into that.
No, nobody here believes
Those are those facts that people come up with and they're like, actually.
No.
And I'm like, no.
No.
What's a tomato? Is a tomato a fruit or a vegetable?
It is a fruit.
Okay.
I think. That was like the first one of those things that everybody used to say.
Yeah.
Which I think it is actually true.
Okay. Oh, God. This is not... It's like a philosophical discussion we're moving into.
It's not helping this draft.
No. Getting onto the draft. We do have... They went for the ape, not the yap, with the AYP. But yeah, this feels like very standard red side bans now. Talia just get banned on the blue side. Shen denied from the hens. And the Annie. Wukong picked up. And then we immediately get the Orianna Zinzao. Interestingly enough, we don't see Aurora have a look in at all. And nothing else picked up around that. So...
Rumble Aurora?
We could see that come through, give the coverage. But I don't know. I feel like you might just take the Aurora. You could just take the Aurora and keep it as a flex. You could take Aurora mid. Aurora as the flex and then take a mid laner.
And then lock in Mordekaiser.
Aurora mid and then take... Okay, they are going to go the Aurora Rumble. Okay.
Just pick all the OP stuff that's left and put it in places where it works. Or you go Ambessa.
Thing is, I feel like you could go Aurora and keep the flex open, and then you could pick... That kind of makes it uncomfortable for Nongshim to take, like, a Rumble or Gwen, and then you could take a different pick. You know, you could potentially take, like, Nico for Delight. I think that would be powerful. You could take an AD carry pick. Because they're probably just going to take Gwen anyway. And the thing is, we've seen Aurora be much more punishing into Gwen than we've seen Rumble be into Gwen.
Yeah.
So I feel like the problem is you take the Aurora, but it's like Aurora into Orianna really that intimidating.
Just play Rumble mid.
Yeah.
Zekka's great on, melee champs in the mid lane, And
I think we end up with this combo that we've seen being quite popular, this with the Orianna, Xin Zhao, Gwen, where you have the double circles with Xin Zhao, Gwen. Very solid front line that buys a lot of time. But the Orianna, who she isn't a full enchanter, but that shielding for the Xin Zhao, very powerful to pair up with it. Now going into the bans, they ban the Elise away from the Hens, so much respect towards this player, with Shen and Elise being two of the major bans coming through.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of powerful supports left open, right? Alistair, Nico, Bard, not had a look in yet. And particularly if I'm playing Rumble, Aurora, and Wukong, I'm a little worried about a Bard. Because we've seen in the previous series, a Bard be a great answer to that at shutting it down. And they banned Leona.
I mean, it's not exactly a tier list ban. I'll say that. All those picks you mentioned, they're just left available for lands to select. Does mean that Delight also gets one of them, 100% if he wants one of them.
This suggests to me, the Leona ban suggests that HLE want to go Nico. Because one of the things with playing Engaged Sports and Nico is her clone can block, but with Leona, the Zenith Blade goes through the clone and still hits your primary target. So I imagine HLE will probably go Nico here, and they expected Nongshim to pick AD carry on 4 and go kind of pick support. So looks like they're going for the Corki.
Corki Nico.
Corki Nico.
This is like a Giga tier list draft.
Absolutely.
It's every single lane is either like top 1 or top 2.
In terms of priority, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see if they do commit to the Nico.
What else would you go?
In theory, they could go
Rakan? Rakan?
I think it'd be weird to go Rakan and not Nico based on like the priority teams have had, even though Rakan syncs well with the Wukong. But it looks like they're going to do it. Delight a lot of confidence in it. I think most teams would go Nico here.
Yeah. I mean, you've been talking all about the Wukong-Rakan synergy.
I love it, personally, but I feel like so many teams have moved away from it and gone, no, we want Nico instead. I think this is a very low counterplay combination, especially when your backline is Jhin Orianna. Power to them. Maokai support, specifically a decent matchup into the Rakan, because the ult just kind of makes it really hard to engage. You have the point-and-click CC, saplings, that you can throw down and provide coverage and brushes. Another unique pick for Lehens, by the way, with this. Kind of following that trend of let's just keep trying new things.
Yeah, if you keep losing, try new things, because you might as well. You're in play-ins anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe Maokai is the goated pick here.
But I will say, it is such power in terms of HLE's backline access. I really struggle to see how they're going to be able to protect Calyx and Jiwoo. And if they get exploded, you know, it comes down to this Xin Zhao Gwen. Can they clean up the fight afterwards? And that's a big question. We've seen games where that's worked, right? We saw the D+ game where obviously it was a 48k damage game from Lucid where he was able to carry and the Xin Zhao Gwen could do enough. But we've seen games where obviously it doesn't work. So that will be the question. And also it's about finding that reliable engage. We saw earlier the Bard be great at disrupting it. You know, you throw down the Tempered Fate when the engage comes in.
Yeah.
Maokai can't quite do the same. If there's a Wukong on top of your AD carry, you can root him, but he's still going to be like spinning around. You can cue him away to get a bit of distance. He still has mobility tools to close the gap again.
Yeah. Well, we got someone off the stage. And he's back. Big cheers.
A round of applause. Great job.
He got it done quickly.
Yeah.
So I think that's why.
Do we have a timer on that speed run?
That was like 2 minutes. That was a good one. All right. Again, I get it. You know, if you gotta go, I wouldn't want to play the whole first game like that.
Brendan has been to the toilet before. He gets it.
That has happened, yes.
Yes, he has needed to go before.
On cast as well.
You've had that moment where you like
it's happened,
get in the game, you're like, oh man, I wish I'd gone to the break.
Absolutely, that happens like once in LCK game.
If you ever experience one caster not talking for a couple of minutes, you know what happens. Yeah.
Well, guys, we're ready to go now as it's game one between HLE and Nongshim.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
Alrighty, game number one. Let's see if Nongshim gets something here. They're going to find Zeka.
Okay, I mean, not a huge win, but they do force Zeka to start his W, so obviously not ideal, especially into an Orianna who has so much harass with Q and autos level 1. Having to start level 1 with your W, definitely a hit. And obviously Lehens did, I believe, just root him, so no real cost there.
Yeah. We'll see how he does in the lane. They were able to get down a deep ward here as well, but it will be cleared out. Peanut sneaking by, but they're still able to see him. There's a bunch of pings do come down. And we're hiding on bush.
Yeah, it'll be a little late. Actually, the hand's gone Aftershock on Maokai.
Yeah.
Not going for Spellbook. Wanting a little bit more tankiness in this game. This is one of the games where when I see the enemy team has like Aurora, Wukong, Rumble, especially Maokai, who's... The thing with Maokai, he's one of these champions who he's not that tanky on a support economy. Champions who are tanky on a support economy are like Alistair, Rel, Leona.
Yeah.
And then you have champions like Maokai who like they actually need gold to be tanky. So you're very liable to get exploded by a composition like HLE's. So I guess that's probably the thought process behind him going Aftershock. Like, I do not want to be instantly dead.
Yeah.
But it does mean you lose a lot of utility. Rakan also a champion who gets exploded quickly, but obviously he's so mobile. And you definitely want Spellbook so you can take Cleanse against the Maokai is a lot of value. Zeus doing a pretty good job of toasting King in here. And again, I talked about this, Rumble is favored into Gwen, especially with how strong he is since the buffs. But we've seen a lot of matchups not really punish I think the Aurora into Gwen has been a lot more punishing, and it's good to see.
Peanut's gonna gank
looking,
here.
yeah.
Calyx just is not gonna expect this at all. The slow does come down. It's a little bit of a prank more than anything else. Tons of damage actually on the backside, so that ends up being pretty significant already.
That's a recall. Yeah, he has to reset and TP back in. Big hit again. Doesn't force any summoners. Doesn't get the kill, but it's a big hit. And that early pressure we thought that would be maybe from Zach having to start W doesn't really get achieved. So nice early gank there from Peanut. Just a kind of drive-by that comes through. But yeah, as I was saying, top lane matchup. Obviously, Zeus is hoping to really put the pressure down on a king in here. The Hens.
Yeah, well, that's kind of an interesting choice. He's going to take a turret shot, and now the Gatling gun is getting insane amounts of value. I mean, you could have seen that coming a mile away.
I did see that coming a mile away.
Yeah.
You saw that coming a mile away.
I did, yes.
If anyone who was watching didn't see that coming a mile away, probably was looking away from the screen. Interesting play from the Hens. Was really committed to getting the W down to a bit of his demise.
You know, walking in a straight line for 2-3 seconds also made it very predictable.
Yes.
Wasn't even like, oh, he was hiding in the bush and then, you know, like, he was able to, like, catch him off guard. No, he just...
Yeah, well, he is now going for a top play with no flash or heal, and Peanut's in the vicinity. Okay, he's been spotted.
And there's a ward. Maybe that's good for him, actually.
Probably for the best. I actually think it would have been good if... I mean, the problem is, I don't think Lehens was going to go for the play, having revealed himself. But if Lehens committed to, like, a gank top and Peanut turned up, and he just dies, it's game over. Well, it's not actually game over, but it would have been very bad.
Maybe game over.
If the Nexus had died, then it's game over.
Yeah, true.
Lehens is just a top laner now.
He's getting some solo farm. You know, Maokai, you talked about that support economy.
I do like that they're matching the swap. HLE, Nongshim looking for it. They want to keep this top matchup going of Rumble into Gwen. And the bot matchup as well. You know, you burnt the Maokai summoners. You want to capitalize on that. Don't let them get away with swapping away from you. So good moves from HLE to maintain that.
Snow Flash here for Kingin. Zeus definitely doing a good job of bringing him very close in. The flash on in from Zeus just to make sure he's in range. One more Q could potentially do it here. Not quite enough damage, but now, oh, the Harpoon's gonna miss. Nice. But Peanut goes back in as he gets his cooldowns up. And that will be first blood up for HLE.
The thing is, the exhaust, really powerful against dives, really powerful the 1v1. But in those plays there, when both the enemy top and jungle have flash, they can just commit super early. They know, you don't have that flash, we commit. We have the extra mobility from the Wukong and the slows from the Rumble. You're overextending the lane, we'll chase you down. And they get an early kill onto that Wukong, so a good start there from HLE.
Calyx had the back again, by the way. No TP for him, so just gonna miss the majority of that wave that's being sent into the turret. Don't believe that was a cannon wave. So everything going pretty well here in the laning phase for HLE.
Oh man, Viper has the pitiful recall.
No,
look at his
not the dagger recall.
The dagger tier. Just holding your little knife and crying.
Yeah. It really doesn't do too much.
It just looks so uninspired.
All right, trying to go in on this one. Delight figuring out that the Maokai...
You don't have to go in.
Yeah.
Is a lesson that I think both supports can kind of learn from this. Just, you don't need to do it.
Oh. All right, another all in here. The needles, though, are out. Zeus going to dodge some of them, but not all of them, as now on the very edge. He's still got a harpoon in and trades back a little bit, knowing that Kingin was out of cooldowns.
Yeah, had to respect the ult from Kingin. Did so much damage there. Even with the overheat, wasn't willing to commit any more into that. Now, Zinzao coming down, getting in the vicinity. Peanut's trying to follow, but he's a little bit further behind, and Peanut doesn't have 6 yet. I think Zeus is just dead.
He should be, as the Snow Flash available. TP is coming in. They're trying to punish this dive, as Gideon has taken so many turret shots. But the TP is just a little bit too slow, and Peanut's not there on time. So, a nice dive from Nongshim.
Yeah, you'll absolutely take that. You know, easy dive pickup. Zeus ends up a little bit low from the 1v1. Gideon manages to swoop in and grab it, and able to disengage from the play. The fact you also have Delight TPing down there doesn't really achieve too much, right, from forcing him down there, but if it burns that TP, you'll take it as the extra resource invested to no benefit for Nongshim. For HLE, sorry.
We got a Hextech Drake here first. Lens really wants to stop the back, but it's not going to happen. He Valkyrie'd away.
We'll set the wave up to push into Nongshim, though, with that. So I get a little bit of value there. Grub spawning up pretty soon.
What's Lens doing up there? It's just like in the wave. I hope he wasn't pushing. Well, it kind of looks like he did. So
he has a lot of farm.
He's setting up the wave to push into them, and then he's like, you know what? I'm just going to push it
this
back.
Is my wave.
Maybe they just wanted to set up for this.
Yeah,
and that's probably the call.
Looking to contest these grubs here.
All right.
is moving.
Yeah. Going on in was Gideon, but not a full commit.
No top laner has TP.
Do have the Nature's Grasp. That is a big Aurora ultimate, as everybody's going to be rooted up here. They try to turn immediately on a Zeka, and that they will. That's first kill in the fight going over to Nongshim. And that just means that HLE have to back away from this one, losing out on their mid laner.
Yeah, I think Zeka going a little bit too aggressive. The point-and-click CC, a great answer to the Aurora, and no real usage of the Cyclone and the quickness combo. They still have the quickness, a little bit ambitious if they want to go for this 3v4.
Yeah, I mean, maybe just want to get in and say, we are threatening, so let us take one. And that's exactly what does happen. But Nongshim, with the lead after this one, they get 2 of the grubs. They win the fight. They take down Zeka, who had a small lead over Calyx. Still does have like a tiny lead, but had a bigger one before this fight.
Yeah, so the ult's committed, and then Zeka dives in, gets rooted immediately, bursted, and the Markite did a great job of just...
Gideon just kind of getting caught in his own jungle. Not sure how this one originated. Wants to take down his red buff. He does survive for quite a long time, but it's just the buff transfer over to Peanut.
Yep, he'll take that. Second kill for the Wukong, getting some good momentum on this champion. And we'll slightly pull ahead in terms of gold there. See how that started off. Very simply, they just walked in and killed him.
Yes, they did. That's the analysis on the play.
Wow.
They walked in, they pressed their buttons, the Xin Zhao died.
It's that easy. No flash was available for Gideon, obviously burnt it after that dive in the bot lane, so hard for him to really get away from that one. But good pick up there. And obviously the quickness hadn't been burned in that previous fight, so still had that tool available, getting some value from it. Dragon up and available, which it feels like Nongshim leaning towards now.
Trade coming out as Equalizer is down, but even the exhaust committed to as he wants to get the kill. He will not have it though, as Lehens goes on in, burning the flash, but not getting the kill with that Q, as he just smashes the ground instead.
Yeah, the shield, I think, saved Zeus there from the damage of the Bramble Smash. It was hard to see fully.
I thought he just didn't hit him.
Yeah. Maybe.
We'll have to see the replay on this one. Just like we had to with Sponge getting the blue buff in the first series. Don't think we're going to see the replay though.
Probably not.
Nobody died, so that's kind of the rule at the LCK. No deaths, no replay.
Yeah. I mean, the hitbox on the wider Q, not the knock-up bit, is kind of big, so
yeah.
Could have maybe like clipped it and then just maybe didn't hit at all. Either way, commits the flash. Flash on Markai pretty big, not available anymore. And HLE now with the control to move over to this dragon and pick it up. Going down very quickly with the Wukong with Triforce on it, so pretty easy pickup. HLE going to be happy with that one.
Yeah, just a Hextech Drake. Always going to feel good about that. We'll see what the Soul is looking like in a little bit. Still have to see this Drake, so it's both of the tech Drakes.
No tech this time.
Yeah. It's just primitive gaming at this point in time. Delay gonna go get the knockup. Viper's almost dead, meanwhile. I'm not really sure how this happened. He's gonna have to flash away, because now Peanut's going in. They have Zeus on the way, but TP committed to by Calyx. And Viper doesn't have Flash or Valkyrie, so he's just dead. It's just a kill on over. Gideon nearly dies, meanwhile. But it's still a big win here for Nongshim, who have a pretty comfortable lead for this point in the game.
Yeah, how did Viper end up in this position?
What do you mean by that? All right, Needle's coming out once again, but no exhaust available. Just burning down King in. Needle's not quite doing enough. As here's Peanut, doesn't have his ult, but he doesn't need it as the damage comes in. Didn't even need to use his flash on the kill, so another nice bait there from Zeus.
At least someone's getting fed on HLE with Peanut with 3 kills in pocket.
Not another fed Wukong.
The redemption.
9-kill Wukong couldn't do it in Rise Group.
You know, Viper has kept doing this. This has been a tendency of his that we've seen punished by the top teams in Legend Group. He keeps trying to challenge the enemy AD carry around mid and getting punished for it. This is like, it's not even like a one-off anymore. It's like a characteristic now. He kept doing it against Guma, and now he's just done it against Jiwoo and died for it.
We have the ruler spot. We have the Viper trade now.
Yeah, he keeps stepping up mid. I mean, like, I'm going to 1v1 the enemy AD carry, and then the enemy AD carry often isn't alone, and it costs him his life. So, maybe something to work on there. Here, pretty straightforward.
We have a fight in live. Kingen just dead again.
Pretty straightforward.
There were 3 people there from Hanwha Life, so you can kind of imagine how that one began.
Well, we just saw that happen with the replay, and then the exact same thing happened when we came out the replay. Viper, I think...
He's running towards Delight. He's like, please, please help me. There's no help in that. As, you know, the play safe AD carry does not work here.
He had his Valkyrie, though.
Yeah. A little bit interesting. Peanut's nearby with flash and ult, but it already backed off.
Was the call like stay in the tower and I'll ult and we'll try and survive the die? I think he should have just Valkyried over the...
Limit testing.
Valkyried over to the wolves. I don't know. Weird one. Very weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Limit testing is all I got.
Well, either way, HLE struggling aside from, it feels like Peanut and Zeus, their game plan is just kill Kingen.
Yeah.
And that's working very well.
So this is a replay. Does Lance just die? He just...
Yes.
He just dies.
To Delight. And then Kingen's like, you know what? I can do it too.
Guys?
This is a very serious game.
I was hoping it would be one, yes.
It's giving some Rise energy right now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's 5-4 in favor of HLE. Gold's slightly in favor of Nongshim. Dragon leader HLE. Herald is up. And Dragon's in a minute 30. And it looks like HLE are trying to act disinterested. You know, we don't really care that much about Rift Herald, but they're moseying on over towards the objective.
They certainly do.
Oh.
There's the knock up and the equalizer is gigantic, but the Xin Tao taking up a lot of that alongside of the redemption.
Yeah, the redemption value massive just to completely mitigate that engage. So now 2 big tools down for HLE. I think Nongshim can re-engage this. To be fair, they've been 2 big tools of their own.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Calyx wants to do something, but he is pretty much alone. Maybe if he hits the eye, actually kind of close there, but not quite going to work.
So,
Little Viper trade.
He's looking for them. He wants it.
A real Viper trade there is when he Valkyries in.
Yes, he has to Valkyrie in. It's like, it's not non-committal light trading. It's like, no, we are all inning. Yeah, I expected more of a scrap coming out of that. I think Nongshim, because they beat the Xin Zhao ultimate, they beat the Maokai ultimate, but like, yeah, we don't feel good about this. But I feel like, you know, you got the Rakan and the Grumble ult. I thought they had an angle.
Yeah.
Deciding to save the opportunity and look to fight around this dragon instead. Second of the game, as you said, it's the primitive souls only.
Yeah. A little fight brewing down on the bottom side. Maybe they want to dive here. But they see Delight, and they're going to think better of it. Just protecting Calyx. Maybe he's able to get this turret down. But not quite. Definitely trying to fight around Prio around this Drake.
Every time we go mid, I'm just looking at Viper. I'm like, is he going to do it?
Yeah.
Falcon.
He's just waiting for the right time to go for the Viper trade. Speaking of which, Gideon. Just gonna go in, press his buttons, Ignite utilized, and even a Redemption as well, trying to get onto Calyx. There's the equalizer, that's the combo, as the Maokai ultimate does a great job of zoning for the rest of the team, but not for Gideon, as they will be able to block the rest of the missiles there. Kingen wasn't even in the fight, as he was in the top lane. So that's gonna be Double Dragon here, and Ocean Soul on the way for HLE.
I don't really understand what the game plan there was from Nongshim. It was kind of just like, hey, I can auto-attack them. I'm like, okay. And HLE like, sure, let's fight.
Yes, you're right.
You can auto-attack them. That is a thing you can do. They will fight you, though.
All right, well, Kingen, he's going to get the turret, and he's going to TP away.
Oh!
Yep. Just barely, though.
That's
second turret. Second turret on the way.
That's efficiency. Actually, a good amount of gold for Kingen.
This is actually just a very smart play.
Yeah, huge macro play. The ideal spot to teleport as well. Should be able to get this, get the plant on the way out.
They're all running down. They're like, no, we can't let this happen.
I'm sorry, guys. It's already happened.
They might be able to punish. Not before he gets a pedal, though.
I think if he E'd and then... Because you get the reset when you auto something.
Yeah, well, he's super dead. They're going to give the kill over to Viper purposefully as well.
Yeah. Maybe he could just let the minions kill the tower and you just piece it. I don't know. Could have been the better play. But like Gideon's just like walking in auto-in. You don't have your top laner TPing. Your support and AD carry are miles away. And you just die. And I'm like... I just genuinely don't understand what the game plan was there.
Yeah, I mean, Kingen's down 1,000 gold as well. So, or he was, before he got 2 turrets. Now he's actually on parity at 0 and 4.
Yeah.
Which is actually insane.
But it was just such a strange play. It was just like he just dove in and was like, I'm going to auto-attack a Khan and hope he dies. I'm like, well, okay.
Yeah.
And then they just engaged on him. And I was like, oh, wait. They have engaged.
They can do that?
Yeah. So...
They can attack me? What?
It's a good response from HLE, but Nongshim, I think, need to be a lot more decisive with how they set things up. A lot more intentful. Don't intend just to auto-attack a Rakan.
Well, the vibes haven't exactly been there for the side of Nongshim here in the Legend group. Maybe just trying to get something going. But unfortunately, I mean, that's what it's looked like for them. It's like one person's going in, the rest of the team is very far away, the coordination isn't there. That's been their biggest issue. Like, individually, I think the players are doing fine. It's just as a team, they don't really get it done.
I think obviously the players have had individually, some of them have had bad games here and there.
Yeah.
But I think it hasn't been like everyone's always having bad games, always been individual outclass. And we've seen these players do well. I mean, start of the year, LCK Cup, Nongshim took Gen G to 5 games, right?
Yeah.
It's just been a struggle recently. Now they are starting at a... Oh, this is dangerous. This is very dangerous. It's going down quickly. They could get this and just try and run.
It looks like that's going to be the play. The equalizer is down on top of Calyx. He is pretty much just going to go down. They get the Otacon, and they're looking to turn here. They're not running, which is part of the plan. The part of the plan was to run afterwards, but they're not able to, as Peanut is going to get a second kill there. And just going to try to dodge the Jhin as everybody groups up to save him, and Kingen is eventually going to go down. Yes, they got the Otacon, but, well, actually able to get a couple of kills off of the back of that. Even gets the shutdown for the Gwen.
They got 1 kill, so not a couple. That's just a...
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah, true. Yeah.
I am probably going to lean towards not worth. I mean, we've seen Otacon and they'll die not really be a positive play. Just didn't really have a window to disengage. I mean, at least Jiwoo managed to get out. But, like, Gideon and King get stuck in the mixer and just get melted. At least Kingen does manage to get a trade kill later on. And unfortunately, Jiwoo misses the shots and had to reload, so... I mean, if he'd gotten that kill on Peanut and they got this trade kill afterwards, I think at that point it starts to... I'd say it was worth. I don't know, it's... it's hard to call.
Yeah.
It's hard to call in these situations. Because also I didn't see exactly how many pedals they got as well.
Yeah, that's what
that also factors in. I mean, they're on 33. That's a lot. That is a lot of XP and a lot of stats. But it was also a 4-for-1.
Yeah. Generally, the golds, I feel like at this point, at this part of the game, should be more worthwhile. But I mean, Jiwoo's up a level. You know, they're able to have parity in some of the other lanes outside of the jungle.
Maybe it is some... it's hard. I feel like it's one of these situations where it's... Normally, if it's like a Baron and that happens, it's really easy to see because like you lose the Baron buff and also you can see the gold. Like Baron is worth gold and you see how much like the Baron power play. I feel like with Arakan, it's a lot more like harder to fully read the impact.
Uh-oh, another engage coming on in. Nongshim kind of caught with their pants down, trying to get in towards the Dragon. The TP is going straight into Zeus as Delight gets low on the left side, but Kingen is isolated on the right. He's isolated, but he's actually winning the fight here, and they just barely is not going to get it done. But Nongshim at least win on the left side, and some low health bars here for HLE means they have to back away for now.
I cannot believe how low Jiwoo got in that situation. Insane. The amount of health he actually dropped to and was able to survive there. And actually the extra speed that he got from the Arakan, the extra level, maybe coming in clutch there. It was crazy how low his health got. And this Gwen is becoming a massive issue. So initially the engage comes in, equalizer values, it's okay. Look at Jiwoo at the top. Look at his health when he barriers. And look, the barrier just soaks the last bit of damage. And he's burning and he doesn't die and gets the
12
kill.
HP.
That's crazy.
Is what we're hearing from production. So that is really crazy.
Yeah. Manages to pick up the Dragon as a result of that. So Nongshim feeling pretty good, right? You know, those 4 kills in terms of gold. You're pretty even in terms of gold. You still have the Arakan in pocket. I think it's hard in the moment when that 4-for-1 with the Arakan to judge, but I think after the fact, I think we can say, yeah, you're feeling pretty good about how that went down. It feels really weird to say you took the objective and got 4-for-1 and you feel good about it, but
yeah,
you can't really argue with results.
It's very true. I mean, this is a pretty close game at this point. It does feel like the tempo vibes are still in favor of Hanwha Esports. You know, it feels like all these fights are just like, they're the ones being proactive, and they kind of are the ones that generally are going to be with this composition, but you know, they're the ones making the plays. They're the ones that are trying to make things happen. As I say that, though, Lehens gets in, and he's making it happen up against Zeus, who was caught big time in the top lane. And Zeus going to pick up his first kill of the contest.
Okay, it's an interesting bit of timing. Oh, that was a big amount of... Oh, my God. Redemption going to come down. It's Corki doing a lot of damage. Baron's up in 5 seconds. Zeus is about 30 seconds after that, but does have TP. But there's a lot of poke from the Corki. There's a lot of engaged tools that are going to make you really feel the hurt when you're in the Baron pit. And Redemption just already got used, so...
They have an Ocean Drake.
Not enough.
It's helping him out.
And this Baron's going down slowly. The longer this takes, the sooner Zeus is going to arrive.
Yeah, Zeus 10 seconds out. The damage already down to 6,000. As Peanut's going to go in pretty early. Looks like maybe they didn't have a huge amount of vision, but they wanted to get the fight started regardless. Now they have the redemption. As in they go. Peanut trying to get close here. As it might just come down to a flip, but Kingen is keeping him out of the pit. Is down. Will go the Baron in favor of Nongshim. The equalizer good on the top side. But maybe they only get Lehens after this. Looks like maybe they're going to get a little bit more, though, as they're looking for Jiwoo. Calyx nearly going to take off the head of the Rakan. Calyx forced to flash away. I think you just got to sacrifice Jiwoo here. And that they will do as the rest of them barely scamper off.
And you see as Zeus was trying to connect on more targets, trying to get more than just Jiwoo.
Yeah.
I think losing 2, I think Nongshim's still happy with that trade. You look at the Baron power play, it's about gold neutral, and you still have 3 Baron buffs. So you'll take that again. It feels like these trades, you don't look at them and think, yes, this is a good thing, but this is a good thing for Nongshim. It feels weird to say losing these fights, but at the end of the day, they get the objectives, right? They secure the Baron in this situation. They already got that first kill on the Rumble, so that's 1 kill in the positive. And then they end up losing 2 on the back. The engage is disrupted pretty well. I think it was Gideon's ult, or maybe it was even the Baron knockup, but either way, they don't really connect well on the targets. The equalizer is fantastic, but they just kind of walk away. The Hens dies. Who cares? That's his job. He's a support. Unfortunately, Jiwoo does die, but it's not that big of an issue. And right now, 3 Baron buffs in pocket. You traded up, well, you traded down 1 kill, but you got the Baron. It's Nongshim, once again, getting the objectives they want. And sure, the kill score's not going in their favor, but kills doesn't win games.
Yeah. I mean, the guy who's really just encapsulating that idea is Kingen. 1-6 on Gwen, but he's got like 3 turrets under his belt. He's doing a ton of damage in these fights.
Not a KDA player, right?
He doesn't care about those numbers. He cares about winning the game.
There you go.
To be honest, that's really all that matters. So we'll see if he can continue with this. Feels weird to say, great performance at 1-6.
Yeah.
We've seen it happen before.
A little bit scary there. You were taking some burst damage.
Level 16 now for Kingen.
Yeah. I mean, the extra XP, because we talked about it from the Atakan, but Baron as well, given that extra XP, has really helped. Right now, everyone on the side of Nongshim has an XP lead over their counterpart. And use the Baron to push in, take that mid-tier 1. Now looking towards the Dragon in 30 seconds. It's not the biggest Baron power play that we've seen, right? Less than 1,000 gold. But I think getting the mid-tier 1 is nice on the back of it. They also got that fit. The kill they got onto Zeus was before the Baron. So you'll take it.
Yeah. Just really shows how close this game is.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yes, they get a lead, but it's tiny. And they have these objectives. Like, they got that first Ocean Drake. They denied Ocean Soul Point.
It's still very close. This game is very close.
Yeah.
There's not much in it on either side. And the fact that we're discussing every single time there's like an objective taken, we're like commenting hard over, is this worth? Yeah, this is worth.
We really need Wadid in this situation right now.
We totally do.
Wadid's worth. Is it worth or not?
Yeah, it's been very close, I think is the main takeaway. There's not been a clear, massive winner in a lot of these scenarios. And right now, setting up around this Dragon would be second for Nongshim, third for HLE.
Zeus is like, wow, there's a lot of stuff around here. I just need to get out of dodge. He is going to flash away.
Yep. We'll be able to disengage from that. Viper landing some good poke, but is now out of rockets. And Zekka's on this cheeky flank using the extra brushes provided by the Ocean Soul. Remember, HLE, a big part of their top side is getting access to these backline targets, really important. And also playing into Maokai is really awkward with him just being able to sapling these brushes clear out. The Ocean Soul map buffs the Maokai a good amount.
All right, I'll kind of come down here. It's kind of preemptive. Doesn't really do a whole lot. Nobody was engaging on the side of Live Esports, so yeah, that's kind of a wasted ult. In they go now, as the Gwen's got a very nice angle. Look at the damage from these needles. It's just insane. That's going to be the end of Zeus. And now you got this Jin on the backline, totally safe. There's the 4th shot in, as a couple of kills will go in to the side of HLE as well. Viper still doing that damage, but slowed up by the bomb on the ground. He's got Zekka nearby. But this is looking pretty good for Nongshim, all things considered.
Oh, I just picked up Smite.
Oh, okay. See if they can get some vision. Yes, they do. They have a ward in the pit. And, well, he's just not going to go for it.
Not able to find the angle. Viper's in trouble.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. He is going to flash over the wall, though, as here comes Gyu trying to get in and get the kill. It's a trade, but another kill goes over, as Delight was also trying to sacrifice himself. And Nongshim, this time we can say, definitely worth for them.
Yes, yes. Still very slight advantage, but it is worth for them. Super close in this situation, and this felt like a fight on many fronts. The ultimate that came in from Lehen's not super convincing. And then we see the fight started by Kingen diving in. They immediately have a turn from Delight onto this Gwen. They understand the threat of this pick. But essentially, Gyu is able to get an ult off and just kind of free fire over here. You see the rest of them coming over there. In the meantime, Viper and Zekka just eliminate the Maokai, chase down Calyx. Calyx is basically nothing in this fight. That's why it felt very even. Yeah. Because Zekka and Viper just eliminated that. So it turns into a 3v3. And it could have just been a 2-for-2. Nongshim get Dragon, but HLE hang around and try and see if they can find more. We even get the TP back in from Zekka, and then Viper unfortunately gets clipped by the Wind Become Lightning. But even this, like even the fact that you think Viper's in trouble, they still get Gyu on the back end. It's very, we're not seeing any like 5-0 aces. We're not seeing clean.
This whole game.
Everything is in our favor. 17-12 is the kill score, and yet Nongshim are the one who are getting like the objective wins, and they're down in kills.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting game in that regard.
And also the guy who did the most damage in the fight was the 1-6 Gwen, now 2-6.
Yeah,
so,
I mean also Viper did so much damage as well, and was on a losing team.
All right, somebody's got to just face check, so that's going to be the Celestial opposition to do so. Peanut is... What?
Wow.
Okay, well, he's going to be spotted now.
Oh,
and, where do we go from here? It looks like Nongshim are also confused. They're like, why is he that far deep in our jungle?
Yeah, it is a Wukong, so it's kind of hard to punish. And HLE also took up this aggressive stance up the mid lane to kind of cover him. That's kind of an early redemption. You know, it was only really Calyx was a bit low. But I guess banking on the cooldown, not being too high. Now we have Kingin doing the Peanut. We look on the mini-map, we can see, oh, there he is.
They get a ward down behind them.
Kingin just sees Peanut, and he's like, hey, I can do that too.
He's actually snuck into the Raptor pit here, so they're not going to 100% know, but they're definitely going to say, okay, well, where's Gwen? She's not here.
He just played a control wood now, so I think they're very aware.
And now they definitely know. In goes Lehens. He's going to take a ton of damage, actually. Has to flash out of here and just throw down the Nature's Grasp. A ton of poke coming down here as Kingin on the back line. He's going to throw out the needles, but there's the engage. They find Gio in the front line, and down he goes just like that. Calyx, the other Fed member, is going to bite the dust. As it's really only Kingin, but it's just too little too late. And HLE, they get the drop on the important members, and they will win this fight in a big way. Finally, in this game, we know who won the fight in a big way, in a commanding way, and now they're just going to push mid and try to end.
Yeah, for the first time, we get like a really convincing fight win, and it's on the back of this Wukong Rakan. This is why this combo is so broken. Peanut dives in despite being low HP. To like and follow, they CC the Jhin, they CC the Orianna, they both go down, and now pushing to end the game. King, and I don't think you can do it alone.
He doesn't have his needles back, and they're just gonna, dogpile straight on in to the Gwen, and that is going to be the ace at the end of it all on top of the Nexus turrets. That is the end of game number 1 as HLE, they finally get the one big fight we were waiting for, and they will take down the one big Nexus for the one big game number 1 win.
I think it's a rough game for Nongshim because it felt like they were edging back their control.